What is going on, everybody? This is Alex coming back at you with another video, and today we are going to be analyzing Todd McShay's mock draft 3.0. So if you guys do love this type of content, feel free to stick around, like, comment, subscribe. Trying to get to 4,500 by draft day. It's going to be a big stretch goal, but honestly, my original goal is 4K, and we've already beaten that. So thank you guys for making that happen. Without further ado, let's kick into this because ain't no need to lollygag around. I believe this is post Russell Wilson trade. Nice. I'm happy to see that because that was a really quick adjustment by Todd because obviously it happened yesterday. If you guys want to see what I would do in these mock drafts, I have a mock already up, so check that out. And round 2 should be coming out either today or tomorrow. It's already recorded. Just want to find the right time to put it out. But Jacksonville Jaguars getting Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah, putting the franchise tag on Cam Robinson definitely means that they could be going this route. But I actually went a little bit of a special route, spoiler alert, because I think that developing an offensive line talent is probably the best thing you can do. It fills a need in the short run and a big need in the long run with a great value here with ECAM. And given the defensive end class and / edge class, I think that it is a phenomenal value to go after offensive line over defensive line. So that's where I'm at. But again, if they do this, that's 100% logical. It makes sense. Aiden Hutchinson is one of the best players in this class. So you're definitely getting a top premium position at a premium position. You know what I mean? So yeah, Detroit Lions, premium player at premium position. That's what I meant to say. Detroit Lions going Kyle Hamilton at 2. I mean, I know that the 4.59 doesn't bother him. I get that. But at the same time, you should factor it. I think that it does kind of signify that this guy is not a perfect player, but his talent is absolutely insane. You do see that the twitch is there and everything. If the Detroit Lions take him at 2, I would be a little bit weirded out by it. I would honestly go Ikem Ekwonu, but that's just me. Detroit Lions going Ikem over Evan Neal. It's a little bit ballsy, honestly. If they want to keep Laramie Tunsil a year, they can kick him into guard in the short term, similar to what I would do with the Jaguars. But you know, it is the way it is. Jets going Evan Neal. That would be a phenomenal pick. I think that would be the best pick possible in the draft. Giants going Travon Walker here over KT. I can't support it. I know I went to the Giants giving them Travon Walker in my mock draft, but I didn't do it over KT. That just is a little bit ludicrous because Travon is so raw. And I know that Wink Martindale is great at developing these talents. So I think that if he goes to the Giants, that's great. But at number 5, I just don't see the need for that when the Panthers are going to go quarterback or offensive line. It doesn't really make sense to go and reach, so to speak, for Travon Walker or KT, you could say for that matter. If you're talking about the Panthers potentially taking the guy who you need to take, and that's Charles Cross, because again, you could literally go Charles Cross, Panthers could go Malik Willis, and then you could go right here with whoopsies. You could go right there with either KT or you could go after Travon Walker. So whoopsies, we're back on track. Garrett Wilson to the Giants, I just don't get it. I don't. You have a shit ton of young talent on that team and you have a lot of money that's going around. You might as well try to maximize that before you start adding even more pieces. And ESPN.com is extremely freaking annoying. Atlanta Falcons getting Drake London. I do think that they need to target a wide receiver. When you're this high and you have guys like Sauce Gardner, who I think is the number 1 player in the draft, along with Kyle Hamilton's off the board, but KT on the board, the value just so much better for those positions. It is. And I love Drake London with a passion. So not a fan of that. Seahawks and KT very well might have happened in my mock draft, but for a different reason, might be a trade up. Yeah, I think that'd be a good option for the team. They could go after a quarterback in Malik Willis, but I just don't really see the value in that. You know, you could just tank and get after Bryce Young next year. Sauce Gardner for the Jets. I think that's a phenomenal pick. Again, number 1 player in the draft. Commanders going Kenny Pickett. I don't think he goes that high. Like he just not very good in general. I just don't really believe in him. And this is a spot where I just don't really believe in him in the first round. So Vikings going Jermaine Johnson. So I'm surprised that we have not seen Jordan Davis come off the board because that is an all-time combine performance. It just shows that he is a unique athlete. But Jermaine Johnson definitely feels like it could be a Minnesota Viking. I'd be fine with it. Again, I think there are better guys out there, but you can't argue with the value. Devontae Wyatt's next for the Browns. if you're going to be getting a D tackle, you might as well just go after the unicorn type of player, the complete alien. Devontae White is pretty close to one, but I would just rather go with a different position at that spot. Trevor Penning is next, and he definitely should be in consideration for this pick. I'm not honestly that high on Trevor Penning. So that's where I'm at right now. And again, you do have Jordan Davis on the board with a team that's lacking interior defensive line depth. The Eagles going Devin Lloyd, solid. Honestly, he's a very solid linebacker. I would be going other positions, but again, when you have Derek Stingley on the board as well, it makes sense to be able to target two really big impact players. Chargers going Jordan Davis. That's the absolute floor. There's no going past that anymore because, again, he actually showed that he is in shape. So I love it. Then you got the Saints going Chris Olave. It could happen. I wouldn't mind it if it did. He would be a very good number 2. And, I don't have him that high, but again, he's still a pretty damn solid talent. Philadelphia Eagles going David Ojabo as well. I just can't see Howie going 3 defensive players. It just doesn't seem right. But David Ojabo would be a good value. Steelers going Malik Willis would be a dream if they did not have to move up, because I think that moving up for a QB that is unproven, not really the best move. New England Patriots, Nakobe Dean. I very well might support that. I love it. Big fan of that, especially when you also cut your outside linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. 22 Raiders going Treylon Burks. That would be insane. Wow. I haven't seen this before. This is a live reaction. But wow. I mean, thinking about him being, damn, that's very interesting, because you don't actually have a true deep threat then. And you can, of course, get that in a different round or in free agency, but that is surprising to say the least. I wouldn't mind it, though. Carl's going Trent McDuffie. Just don't think he's that good. I don't think at his size, many other teams will be super high on him. Cowboys going George Karlaftis. I could see it. I could definitely see it, especially if they want to be able to move on from their edge rusher, Demarcus Lawrence. So I'd be fine with it. Again, I think that there's better value out there, maybe at safety, maybe at guard / tackle. There's guys who I would take over George, but I can't deny the value. George is a phenomenal player. Jameson Williams for the Bills. I feel like that's a pretty good spot for him. Yeah, adding him as a good deep threat would be pretty damn awesome. Titans going Tyler Linderbaum. Don't even get me started. He's a top 5 player in the class, even with his little stub arms. Buccaneers going Kenyon Green. I don't like how he says guard / center, because I don't think Kenyon Green's ever played center. He's played, I think, 4 positions on the offensive line. One of those is not center. The one that he hasn't played. Granted, I would still think that's a great addition to the team, especially because he can kick out as a tackle. But if you want a guard / center, go for Zion Johnson. Don't go for Kenyon Green. Green Bay Packers going to Jahan Dotson. Man, it's hard. It's hard to say things right now. It's early in the morning. But Jahan Dotson for the Green Bay Packers would be a phenomenal get. I personally like that myself. Aaron Rodgers is in control. He would be an amazing number 2. Then the Falcons trade up for Matt Corral. I like Matt. I think that would be a good guy to sit on this team. I'd be fine with it. Kansas City Chiefs, Dax Hill. Yeah, makes sense. Did that myself. Zion Johnson for the Bengals is probably one of the best values you can ask for. And then we got, last but not least, a stupid pick in Boye Mafe. So, yeah, we got to end it off on a sour note, because most of these picks, honestly, aren't that asinine. Boye Mafe is extremely raw, and if you actually just brought on Aiden Hutchinson, and then obviously he wasn't on the board, but in the situation, if you bring on Aiden Hutchinson, then you could think about Boye Mafe, because at that point you have an established presence and then a super high ceiling one. So you already know you're going to get enough production, and then you're going to be taking a shot at getting even better. So that's going to be the video, guys. Honestly, it's better than the majority of them. So at least that's a plus, right? So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys on the far side. Peace.